So you got UFC. We're talking Edwards versus Brady. Former UFC welterweight champion Leon Edwards squares off against up-and-comer Sean Brady. This is your basic striker versus grappler matchup.
Mhm.
Leon Edwards is more effective stand-up striking, as we all know. He's got superb defensive skills. I mean, this guy's never been submitted or knocked out in his entire career. He's superb defensively, bro. In 27 bouts, he's never been knocked out, never been choked out. That's pretty damn good. And he's coming off his last fight where he dropped his title finally to Bilal Muhammad, got the best of him. His last three fights, though, he hasn't looked like himself, though. You know, he had that fight obviously against Muhammad and that fight versus Colby Covington. And then even that last fight against Kamaru Usman, man, he just didn't look like the same that he's been. He hasn't looked stellar by his, stretch of the means. So I don't know. Fans are questioning whether he's got it or not. I mean, I know those two out of those last three fights he did win, but he hasn't looked the same. So we're questioning does he still got it? And we all know he has trouble with wrestlers and guys that like constantly pressure him like that. And Sean Brady is that guy. He's an upcoming stud that everybody's hyped about. And he's coming off of two straight wins. Sean Brady's coming off two straight wins now after he dropped his sole loss to Bilal Muhammad
Muhammad
via knockout, which that was
knockout.
surprisingly, yeah,
Woo!
that was surprising because Bilal Muhammad
He
don't
couldn't
knock
get it.
people out
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Hmm.
And at this point, like that's really all Sean Brady has been known, like widely to people who don't really aren't familiar with the sport, is the guy who got knocked out by Bilal Muhammad because he don't knock people out like that. But
Right.
he's bounced back good with two strong fights, and he's that takedown guy. He's gonna try to get you on the ground, control you. Ground control, man. That's where he wins his fights, and it does good for him because he's really good at it. Takedowns, and he's really aggressive. He's physical. He's got a high motor. That dude is a monster, and a lot of people are taking him to win this fight, bro. How you feeling? What you think?
Man, it's a nice matchup. Leon Edwards, like, I think he's lost a step in his quickness, though. Like I said, in these last couple of fights, he hasn't been as quick, like those quick little strikes. You know, he won, I think what it was, the Usman fight or the one of those fights, whatever, with the kick. Was that the Usman?
Who's been the first one?
So he hadn't kicked him in the face or whatever. But since then, like, he really haven't been moving the same. But Leon Edwards can go the distance. He can definitely go the distance. So Sean Brady got to get this man done for in the earlier rounds. You got to get him. You got to get him
Mm,
in a predicament, whatever, where he can't
mm-mm.
end up striking, no kicks, no punches or whatever. You got to get in there or whatever and get him down, takedowns for real. Rear naked choke, guillotine choke, man, something like that to get him off his game. Because Edwards, if it goes the distance, Edwards gonna win that shit. You feel me? I feel like he's gonna win. But Brady got to win that fight, second, third round. You got to get him. You can't play Edwards' game. So that's gonna be the biggest thing. And Brady hasn't fought a lot of great fighters. Leon Edwards has fought all the top fighters that I've seen coming up in that light division. You feel
That's
me?
a stellar point. Yep.
You feel me? So that's the thing for me. Like I said, the longer the fight, Edwards gonna have the
But
advantage.
hold up, you think Sean Brady can do that though? Leon Edwards has not been finished.
I,
In
I
27 fights, you think he's gonna be able to do that?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, we haven't seen him fight in a minute. You know,
I
he
know,
fought
I
last
know.
year.
And
He fought last year, I believe it was. But
let me say, Sean Brady's definitely more active than Leon Edwards has been.
right.
You know, he's
Hmm.
had more delayed times off fights. Some shit was due to COVID and he couldn't travel out of his country, this and that, whole bunch of other shit. But I will remind you, we covered both of those Usman fights on this podcast. In
Yeah,
both fights, we picked Usman to beat this
that's
man.
it. That's
We
it.
picked against Leon Edwards in both fights.
Hmm.
So I'm going to caution us to do it again here. I just want to put that out there.
No,
I don't know. I don't think he can finish him though, man. Like to finish, I just don't see him finish. I don't see Sean
saying
Brady
that's
winning this
that's
fight
that
by a knockout submission. No way.
that's the keys to victory. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he gonna knock him out. I'm not saying none of that stuff or whatever. But for him to take advantage of Edwards that hasn't been fighting as good as he's been in the past, he's going to have to get that man down, bro, for real. Because Brady's defense isn't all that hand to hand. He gonna get popped in his mouth, man, more than enough times or whatever to get knocked down, to even knocked out. You feel me? I don't feel like his defense, but his hands are getting better in these last couple fights. He been putting his hands up. He hasn't just been going for the grapples and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying Brady got to switch up his whole style pretty much to make Edwards kind of bow down to him or whatever. Because like I say, Brady has the spunk, but I just feel like Edwards in this fight, I feel like he got to handle business. Like I say, just with the quick jabs or whatever, make Brady frustrated so he can't grapple him or whatever. But I got Edwards winning. I got Edwards winning, but I think it's gonna be like a split decision because it's gonna be a great fight.
Brady's going to eat some shots, but I think how he's got to win this fight is he's got to try to take Edwards down and beat him via ground game and like ground control. Time
Right.
on top of him. Like you got to stay on top of him, man. You have got to swarm him. Don't give him time to pick you apart. Striking, you cannot stand up and mix it up with Leon. He will. I think he'll
He'll get
decimate
you.
you like
He's gonna
that.
get you.
He'll
He's gonna get
decimate
you.
you like
He
that.
got too many. He
But
got too many moves standing up.
Sean Brady's game needs to be the takedown. He's great at the takedown game, ground control, ground and pound, all that shit. But in his takedown defense is stellar too. He's like what, an 85 takedown defense percentage. He's solid, bro. So his game should be to takedown, control the ground control, win rounds, bro. Win rounds. Don't worry about knockout. I wouldn't go for the submission too much. Keep him on his toes. You know, you see an opportunity or take it or try to take it, obviously. But you got to play the long game here. You know, control the ground, control the outcome, body positioning, all of that, man. You have to control all of this to control this fight, control rounds, win the fight. I think that's how he does it. Looking at their builds, you got Leon Edwards is 6'2". Sean Brady's 5'10". Leon Edwards is 170 pounds, as is Sean Brady.
Yep.
Edwards has a 2-inch reach advantage on him, 74 inches to 72. And Edwards, as we know, is a southpaw, and Brady's that orthodox guy. And Edwards is a year older, so just a little bit tail of the tape, man. But I think that Leon Edwards is going to win this fight too,
Mhm.
via decision. But I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be interesting. Sean Brady's going to give him everything he's got. But
Definitely.
like I said, up to this point, you've really only faced Bilal Muhammad,
Muhammad. That's the
and
only guy
that's
that I
about
know
it.
that he's
And
fought. That's the
to
only
his
guy.
and to his credit, before he got knocked out in the second round of that fight, bro, he was doing pretty good. He was hanging
Yeah, he
right in there
rolling.
with him,
He
bro. He was
definitely was
right there with
rolling.
him. That
Mm-hmm.
fight still could have went either in any way at that point in time. So that's nothing against him. Muhammad was just better on that day. He's the champ. He's beaten both of these guys. So there's a reason that he's wearing that belt right now. So I don't
Yeah.
hold that against him. He's bounced back really good with these two straight wins. He's got the poise right now. He's got the energy and he might be the hungrier man. But something just tells me, man, I've had bad experiences on here picking against Leon Edwards, so I'm not gonna do it here. This fight is in England as well. I'm going to throw that out there. So, I mean, he's going to be ready to go for this one. And I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to take Edwards via decision.
Right. Split decision, unanimous decision.
Yeah, split. I don't think it'll be unanimous.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be closer than that, I feel like.
That's what I got too. That's what I got too.
Yeah, Brady's gonna get some good shots in there. I think he'll win a couple rounds, definitely. It's gonna be a good fight, man.
Mhm.
And there's gonna be probably people questioning that Brady got robbed and this and that, but maybe that'll spark a rematch. I don't know.